What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another unboxing and review. It's right here, but it's already unboxed. So let's just get the review started. All right, so as you can tell, I do not have an action figure here. It's not a Funko Pop, it's not a Lego, it's not a Hot Wheel, it's not 12 scale, 18 scale, 6 scale. It's none of those. But the cool thing about what I have right here is that you can use it with anything that you collect. And I mean anything, especially if you're into toy photography. Now, we all love seeing toy photography. Me especially, I'm a huge fan of watching people create things with their collection and how they do effects and things like that. And you have companies like Atmosphere Aerosol, which is a great product. People use all kinds of different ways to create effects. Typically, what I'm referring to is smoke effects. They do make fog machines, which I actually have a fog machine. I got it from Halloween Express. It's about yay big. You got to plug it into, AC, extension cords, blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem though. Typically that type of machine, it's a chemical. And that to me can be an issue, especially if you're doing it indoors or things like that. Now, this product is developed by Real Game FX. This is the Fog Machine 2. They actually reached out to me because way back in episode 220, I do believe, I actually did a review of their first fog machine, and I fell in love with it. I've used it multiple times for Funko Pop photographs, for action figure photographs. I actually did a really cool photo of the Mr. Freeze Funko Pop using my first gen fog machine. So they emailed me and said, "Hey Greg, we really appreciate the review you did on the first one. How would you like to do one for this second version of the fog machine?" And so I'm like, yes, I so want to do a review on this because I just was really excited to see what they have done to actually make this better. Now, some of the things that we'll touch base on some of the caveats of it. One of the main things that I love about this product, it is so simplistic. It just takes water, tap water. You don't need to go buy any special mixes or anything. Fill up a cup from your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, water hose, it does not matter. You fill the reservoir, you're done. And this is how easy it actually works. You've got 3 connections in the back. You got this white and black, which is white to white, black to black, and then you have the red, which is the power source. Lift off the cover, fill it, put the cover back on, connect your connectors back. You're done. You're ready to rock and roll. This thing actually has a technology down in here, this pump and condensing. It's amazing how this thing works. There's a fan up here on the top that actually pulls the vapors and actually puts it out through this hole right here, which again gives you so many options. The this thing right here, we're going to talk about that in a minute because that's something else. When you get this thing, it actually comes with several connectors. You have the long tube here. I've actually took the shrink wrap off of this. You have a tube of this length right here, and you also have 2 of these. And as you can see, I've already been playing with these. So you get more than enough connecting tubes. You also get 2 90s, which is a great little plus there, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. And this actually surprised me is they included this, it looks like it's 3D printed, but it's just like this monster mouth type thing that you can actually attach to the tubes. So if you make dioramas, you could actually mount things like this right here to the diorama wall, have the tube coming out on the backside, have this in place, and actually have fog coming out of your actual wall. And you've got a decorative piece. And Real Game FX, they sell all these things. They sell out extra tubes and things like that. So yeah, it's you get something that's actually really, really cool. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to we're going to put power to this thing because there's some cool little features that this thing has, and I'll get some tubing set up and we'll figure out something, and I'll show you guys how this thing works. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got fog. I mean, this thing, it puts out a lot of fog. I mean, I'm down here in my basement area. I've actually got there's a fan running over there, but as you can see, there's lots, more than enough fog to actually create something really, really cool. And I've got it actually pointing straight down, which gives it that dispersing across a flat surface. I've got one of the short connectors, a 90, and another short one. We could take this 90 here, slide it up. Now you've got the fog coming out. Extension tube right there. And you could put the monster mouth on it, like so. Get that on there. And voila. I mean, how cool is this? I mean, and the beauty of it is how much creativity you can have with something like this and your photography. Let me take this back off. I want to swap out this tube. I want to put the longer tube in, which is going to put it closer to the ground. Give us that nice little disbursement pattern. And again, you can customize the tubes. You could take a tube. I've got it actually up on this little platform right here. So if I actually slide this off, this is actually now on the actual ground surface. So yeah, this is legitimate cool. But I mean, I'll show you a little bit more. I'm going to set up a Funko Pop or something here in a minute. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to show how the actual fog looks around the figure. But I wanted to touch base on something else that this thing has. It has a remote. It has a remote control. There are actually switches on the side. There's a power button on the top, so just in case. But I mean, you've got, you know, your main power, which turns everything off. Turn it back on. The B button, which you got an A, B, C, and D. The B button turns on the fan, which pushes the fog. So if we turn that off, oh, hit the wrong button. We'll get everything going back again. It's building up and it comes out at a slower pace. So now you can see without the fan, it just sort of creeps out. But you turn the fan on, now it's pushing it out. So you've got two options there. If you want a slow rolling style fog, turn the fan off. If you want it to push it, like if you were going through the longer tube, or you wanted to just spread it out, throw on the fan and it'll do that. But here's the cool thing, the C button, LED lights. I mean, we got, I think that's clear or white. We got red, purple. That's off. So we got red, green, blue, yellow, green, and white. And then that's a pink and more of a light purple and off. So that to me is just, I don't know, it is so cool because now if you have this thing, you can actually incorporate this as a industrial piece. You could take some of these tubes here and paint them, make them more to look more like steel. So you could actually use the piece itself in your photos as well. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this thing down, and I'm going to get a pop or a figure or something, and we'll set it up so you guys can see how the fog interacts with a figure. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so we got things back, and I went ahead and put the monster attachment on it. Currently, I do not have the fan going because I wanted you to see how this fog comes out and sort of lingers. And considering the fact that I'm talking right now, and I have air coming out, this fog is laying really good around this Red Hood figure. As you see around his legs here, it just creates this nice little sweeping, flowing effect of fog. If I turn the fan on, now you've got this billowing type fog that's coming out, and this is just so cool. If I take the actual machine, put it back up on its base to where the fog is actually dropping off, you can see how it just encapsulates the figure around his lower half. So, and you can also take this here and turn it and rotate it. So you could actually rotate this all the way up to the top. Now the fog is falling. So from a photography point of view, you have a ton of options with this particular machine. Let me turn this off real quick. And instantaneously the fog dissipates. Now, I will tell you this is water moisture, so you will get some condensation on the surface, especially the longer you run it. But like, if the surface is good enough, I've used my first one on cardboard and things like that, but you just got to be a little careful, not let it run for a tremendous amount of time when it comes to cardboard and things like that. But if you have a diorama piece that's painted and sealed, this should not hurt it at all. I know these are used for board games, so it is designed to work. Now, I don't have the fan on, and you can see how it's just lingering out. We'll turn the fan back on, and just instantaneous fog. And if you're taking photos, you don't need this thing running for like 20-30 minutes to take photos. You could literally turn it off, right? You've got it turned off, you get your figure, you want to move things around a little bit, you want to put this over here, boom, turn the machine back on, the condensation, the vapor starts coming up, hit the fan, voila, now it's dropping. So yeah, this thing is cool. This thing is so flipping cool. I cannot wait to start using this one. Now I've got another one, so there's no telling what I can create. But we do have something else we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to give you some more insight on the Real Game FX Fog Machine 2. All right, we're back. So I showed you the Fog Machine 2 from Real Game FX. This they also sent me, and this thing right here is this thing is cool. This is actually the Real Game FX Steam Pod, and it's exactly what it says it is. It is a steam pod. This can actually be ran with a battery pack. It actually comes with its own USB cable. It runs off batteries. I mean, this thing is awesome. Why? Do you see any cords? No, there are none. And check us out. We got LED lights and we got fog. Now, this does not put out the amount of fog that the Monster Fog Machine 2 does. But it still has some really cool functionality that could be really, really utilized. You could set it up. You could put this inside. It'll lay down on its side and work like so. I mean, this is just something really cool to actually have in your stable. I mean, you could come in and actually do more of a light fog like this on a figure while you're taking photos or things like that. You could use this as an effect. But yeah, LED lights. It does come with a very good set of instructions right here. You can actually changing the LEDs. That's a little bit of a difference. You got to actually go inside of it and change some stuff out there. But yeah, you can swap out the LEDs, but they come with an amazing amount of instructions. So if you actually, let me see if I can get this to turn. So if you back off the cap, more steam actually comes out, and if you tighten it up, it actually lowers it down a little bit. But power button right there. Let's see here. Boom. Off she goes. So, and it's simple. You on the back side of it, you got this compartment here. Just unscrew it like so. Add water. Put the cap back on. And hit the button. Voila. You got fog. Again, this is not going to give you the amount. So, but if you have a specific need for a little bit of fog that's portable, this right here is your ticket. So, I tell you what, guys, I will bring everything back out, and I will give you my final thoughts on the Real Game FX Fog Machine 2 and Steam Pod. All right, let's talk final thoughts. Final thoughts on this product. It is just as amazing as the first generation. However, this one right here, I'm really digging it more because of these features. The first generation, the fan actually just sat on the top. This one's built in. That's good. The clear plexiglass with the LEDs right there. The remote control is great because this gives you flexibility if you have it across the table or something. The first gen, it had the bigger power supply, but there was 3 separate connections. This one is more streamlined, so that's great. The functionality is amazing. The tubing and everything that comes with it, it's just so cool. Again, this one's going to be a lot simpler for my personal use to set up because of the fact that the power supply is smaller, everything's a little bit more condensed, and with the remote control. The Steam Pod right here, again, another nice little tool to have, to be able to put out enough, just a small amount of steam or fog effect. If you had a smaller area to where this would just be too much, this right here would be a perfect solution, I personally feel like. But guys, that's going to do it. Once again, thank you to Real Game FX for providing me with this wonderful product to do a review on. I'll definitely put links to their website and everything in the description of the video. If you're wanting something cool to maybe have some fun with photography, or even if you're a board gamer and you want to add a really cool effect, if you're a diorama builder and you want to add some cool effects, with these 3D printed pieces here and the way they're made and how they would actually fit, I could definitely see these being inside dioramas. Sewer drainage, things like that. This would be perfect. Steam coming up out of the sewer, so if you want to do some cool Ninja Turtle photos and you got a diorama, you could put some steam coming out of the grates, out of the manhole covers. So, and again, no chemicals, just water, H2O, aqua. That's all you need. So that just makes it even a bigger plus in my opinion. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll definitely put links to Real Game FX, so definitely go check them out. And if this is something that you could actually, have for, your collection and for your photography or your board game, I highly recommend it because I love this thing. I loved my first one. It's like right over there. And this one right here, I'm loving it just as much. So, and I can't wait to try out the Steam Pod to see what I can come up with that. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. If this is your first time to my channel, and if you like my content, join the movement. 21K in 2021. That's what's going on this year for my channel. That's one of my goals. We just hit 16,000 subscribers, so thank you all for the support of my channel and my content. And always remember this: toys and cool things you can use for your toys refreshes your soul. And I'll see you next time.